injected it a second time this summer. Researchers say it's further evidence that how much immunity you have depends on how sick you are, and immunity probably doesn't last forever, Lester.
All right, that's all false. The sources say that whenever they use anonymous, sources say, or in this case, researchers say, there's not a single researcher who said that, okay? He did not, quote, contract a second case. This is from some Japanese article where a man was tested for the virus. He was not symptomatic. He was not sick. Just as part of routine screening, he got tested, and it showed that he had traces of the virus on him. That's all it showed. In fact, it supports the fact that his immunity system does indeed work because he was not sick with the second case. All it did is it took a polymerase chain reaction, PCR, and said, oh yeah, you got a virus on you. Well, if you could be perfectly asymptomatic, not sick, and if someone next to you sneezes on you with the vaccine, with the virus, you're going to test positive. That's all it shows. And this whole concept that immunity is not forever is bullshit. What they're talking about is the level of antibodies go down. Well, that's the way the immune system works. It's all about T cells, not antibodies. Memory T cells last for your life in many cases, and your antibodies are not supposed to be revved up forever. The waning antibody level has absolutely no proof, evidence, whatsoever that you cannot fight off the disease or that your immunity against the virus goes away shortly. It's all 100% propaganda. Why? Because the worst nightmare for this whole charade of locking down the economy to hurt Trump, the whole worst nightmare is if you could say millions of people have already had the virus and then they all go out and get antibody tests, and everyone with an antibody test says, F you, lockdown, I'm immune. That's the worst nightmare to the propaganda. And so they're going to shit all over antibodies, meaning that you're immune. It's bullshit. This is 100% propaganda that is killing people. This is killing people.